Turn 28. Looks like Marcus lost his leader to independence, as we can see with the morale of his troops, which decreased further. Leader has fallen 10 turns left, so he lost his leader this turn, which is nice for me. And I inflicted 3 defeats to him, so he lost 3 battles in a row again, and he had 1 turn left before, and now he has 5 turns left again, which is quite nice. So he's at minus at least 300 for at least 3 more turns. What happened this turn in terms of battles lost for Marcus was first I actually used Scout Death March here, and then I moved my Scout from here to there, then used Scout Death March on it, took the shrine, which I knew was about to be replenished on turn 28, so this turn. And then I had no casting points left, so I knew I could do the battle safely without wasting the casting points. And I brought my armies of 6 units to kill the Dire Panther, so I was moving on the road and I saw the Dire Panther and decided to kill it. It was first kill. Then second kill was the Eager Rider. So actually I was not that low on HP on the Scout at that point. I was 100% HP. So I used 4 of my 5 units to go kill the Eager Rider, because that's about 320 gold or even more lost for Marcus. And so these 2 units stayed there embarked. And I had not sent the hatchling to kill the Eager Rider because there was a Cheetah here, so I wanted to have at least 1 unit at my outpost to protect it. And my flyer was at about 39 HP, I think, so it took some hits from the Eager Rider but survived. And I knew it was very likely that he would survive because I had many units, so I was able to flank the Eager Rider several times before finishing him off. Sorry. And then I hesitated for the Cheetah because I was likely to lose at least 1 unit. I hesitated to send the flyer too, but it's 320 gold, so I don't want to waste it. But in the end, I decided to try, because it means 3 battles lost in a row and minus 100 morale, which is quite big, and also it means he loses about 100 gold from the unit he recruited at the inn, and that's also 1 less threat. I don't have to worry about the Cheetah anymore. So I sent these 2 units and not my flyer to avoid losing him. And I didn't get bleeding, so my squad survived. If he had been bleeding at the first pounce, he would be dead. And now I've got a veteran scout, and Marcus is gaining plus 22 mana every turn now because his leader is in the void, so the cost of his summons increased. Yep. So I've got the flyer keeping the outposts, and the other units will come back soon. And I'm probably going to take the HP back with the flyer, but not yet sure. Then, so it shrunk because of the raised militia, which takes 100 population. So next turn I will have this plus my throne back, and so I will have 8. I will have 7 cities, and then I buy Sinway and I've got 8. And also I'm going to be cheerful in terms of race happiness after the migration. It's a pretty nice situation at that stage of the game. And I've got a nice army coming for Marcus' throne. Unfortunately I don't think I will be able to reach him before he comes back, but at least I can reach this city next turn and take it probably. Um, then so here I just saw 2 hunters, but I'm going to keep moving and go there. It's why is it? Oh yeah, okay, I've got, yeah, because I just used the shrine, so I've got Arctic walking, so I can move pretty fast. So I'd like to see if I can spot his troops, but no, I don't see them. So I'm not sure where his troops are. It's possible that his King Reed Serpent is in this area, but I assume that he died with the leader. Looks like he cleared this. Wasn't cleared before, I think. So he might have died in this area. He didn't go for the dungeon. So I assume I'm safe now. So what I'm going to do is use the haste berries here, block the Gryphon, and defend the watchtower, and move my leader north and regroup with my army here, because I've got cave crawling from before I died from the shrine. And then I'm probably going to keep moving north, because this is unexplored in this area. But at the same time, it means I don't know. Actually, I might just go there next turn, but then the turn after I can move on the offensive. But the issue is I don't have very good vision range. So I'm going to cut the recording and pause the recording and start again after I finish my movement. Okay, so this is how I moved. Put 3 monster hunters here so that you cannot go there, or you would have to attack at least 2 monster hunters and very likely die, because I've got Animal Slayer. Then he should have 4 hexes vision range because of... Oh no, actually he has 2 hexes vision range, sorry. Because of Dark Sun, because he doesn't have night vision. So base vision is 4 minus 2. So he might go there, then see me. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then he sees my other units. 9, 10, 11, 12, so he might be able to go back to Dodava. But at least I will see where he is. So I put myself behind the watchtower for that, so that he sees me after having moved. I moved my leader here. It should be in a safe position, and then I can take the Lucky Cloverfield next turn. I'm producing a scout here, and I plan to use Scout Death March on him next turn. My Mystic, so she's staying alone, unfortunately, and she had only 1 X vision range above ground because of Dark Sun, so was not really useful actually to move her, but maybe next turn will be more useful. Here I've got these troops moving toward my leader, and yeah, so that's it for this area. Then, so this guy moved up to here, and then I saw there was a mana pile here, so, and this is uncleared. So it looks like his Necromancer moved back above ground and cleared the Ancient Ruins here. So I plan to follow him next turn with a scout moving there. And this is still Vassal, just like the Giant Dwelling, I guess. Yeah. So here we already saw it. We already saw that too. And then the last thing is my rogue. So I used I brought back the cheetah that I had put here, so actually I should have stayed with the rest of my troops, but I didn't know my apprentice would be so low on HP, so I didn't take the chance to lose it, and I didn't enter the fight with him. And same for the boar, because they are quite low on HP, and the battle enchantment does 26 damage every turn. I leveled up the Shock Serpent, but because I had to do the fight pretty quick, so I was not able to take much experience. And I charmed this boar, so it's not a very good unit, but it can help to scout and be cannon fodder against the Necromancer. So yeah, here I am. Next turn, either I try to cross here, which might be the best solution, or I try to... Oh, interesting. So the city is actually here. I didn't see it, I'm just seeing it during the video. So yeah, definitely I'm going west to take the Orc city. And then production. So yeah, 2 berserkers, 1 scout, and then produce merchandise. And I said I would show the video of the fight from last turn now, so let's do this. So it was a difficult fight. I had to be cautious not to get charmed, not to get taunted, and swallowed wall. So the plan. So I was lucky that I didn't charge on first turn. So the plan was to obviously use Man Magical Being on the Node Serpent with the apprentice and take the damage mostly on the Node Serpent. Split them and try to kill them one by one without taking risks. So it took me a lot of time. But in the end, I managed it. I got some scary moments, but went okay. The good thing about the Naga Matriarchs is that they will use Throw Curse as soon as they can, most of the time, except if you have Blight Resistance, and they might not do it. So, and when they use Throw Curse, they move back, so it's easy to keep them far away. So I engaged the fight by moving my Node Serpent pretty close, but not in range of Taunted of the Gluten. And so they saw a valid target, and they tried to kill it. Here I'm just doing a Steel Enchantment to farm experience on my apprentice, but not really useful. Here though I get taunted. But because he sends a unit toward me in melee, then I just attack this unit, and so I'm not too much in trouble. I don't go to attack the Gluten. And as you can see, I've got my boar here, bringing the other Gluten. And I will use that boar all the time, because he has 6 movements and the Gluten only has 4. So I can just move around and keep the Gluten outside taunted range. I use Quick Dash to be able to escape, because I don't have movement anymore on the Node Serpent, and I had used this Spell Magic to remove the taunted, and it worked. If it hadn't worked, I would probably have used the break control from my hero, but then I would be more in trouble. So I was thankful that I got the success on the Dispel. So they use Throw Curse again. And then it's a bit annoying because I've got the Baby Reed Serpent and the Gluten, and the Baby Reed Serpent is not doing that much damage, but still doing about 6 damage every turn, so my HP are falling a bit. And the Gluten used Gas Breath this turn, so next turn is going to use Taunted. So I stay away with my Orc because he can easily be killed. He's low on HP, he's also low on resistance, so can easily be charmed or taunted. Stay away with my Rogue because I don't want it to be killed. And the taunted fails because I'm guarding and I actually have 15 resistance, so it's a 30% chance and it fails. And now you can see I brought the Shock Serpent behind to try to lure the Matriarch and get some space, because it's hard to kill both the Gluten, the Reed Serpent and the Matriarch at the same time. So I try to isolate the Gluten and the Reed Serpent, kill the Reed Serpent, then kill the Gluten. And I'm still moving away with the boar to bait the Gluten. So I'm moving back a bit with my Orc and my leader, but my hero, but staying far enough to be out of range of the Taunted and the breast. Actually, here I'm moving a bit closer, but I've got 60% blight resistance, so it's not likely that he's going to attack me with the breath. So actually, it's safer to attack when it's just after he used Taunted, because he's going to use Gas Breath, so it's doing damage, but at least you can still control your unit. So when I will attack when on a turn when he used when he's going to use Gas Breath. So I'm dispelling magic again to remove the severely poisoned. And then yeah, okay, I did that, I forgot. So I'm again trying to bring the Naga Matriarches towards my Shock Serpent, get some space. Don't fail again. And it works, the Matriarches go away, so I take my chance and kill the baby Reed Serpent. And then I took another chance and used because he used Taunted the turn before, so now my hero can move and stay safe. And I used Taunted. So two different options. One is the Gluten gets Taunted and he attacks my Node Serpent. The other is not Taunted and then he cannot reach my hero because it doesn't have enough movement points. And because my Node Serpent has 68 HP, and if you have more than 55 HP, you cannot be swallowed whole. So it means that even if the Gluten is stunted, I won't be swallowed whole. So it can work, and then I have a small chance of stunning the Gluten in melee combat. And here, so I use Throw Stun Spur, and I'm doing 10 damage to the Gluten, so that's not that much, but not too bad either. So at this stage I've got only 4 enemies. 1 is out, 2 I more or less control, and then I've got the Gluten. So I need to be cautious, take my time, avoid having my hero taunted, and try to kill the Gluten. So I'm moving back again to have the Gluten move toward me, and the Matriarches move out, and then try to kill the Gluten. So in the meantime I take some, yeah, and now they are quite far. So in the meantime I take a lot of blight damage from the Gas Breath, and so I launch the attack because the Matriarches are quite far, and here I'm very lucky, and I stun the Gluten with 15% chance. So then I just rush forward with my hero, not using Assassin's Strike because I've got another Gluten to kill, but I try to finish the Gluten. And here I'm going to enter into another issue, which is that the Matriarches are quite close and I've got the Gluten on the other side. So my Serpent is much more important than the boar. So I move, yeah, first I finish the Gluten, but then I move the Serpent out of range of the taunted of the Gluten, and I cannot avoid being in range of the charm from the Matriarches, but it's not so bad if I get charmed, because then I've got break control, so I can remove it, and at least if I'm charmed, I cannot get killed. And so it happens, they charm me. On second try, and then both of them have used their charm, so they cannot use it anymore, so they're less dangerous. So actually it's pretty good for me that it happens like this. And you can also use this strategy, have a isolated unit, let it be charmed, and if you have break control and you're in control, you can remove the charm later. Then I try to isolate this matriarch, and so I let her cause fear on me, but because I'm on the middle of the map, so I know I'm safe, and I still have some HP. I know I'm safe. I can dispel the panicked, cursed, evil poison at the same time with dispel magic, or if it failed, I could use break control. And then I take my time, and yeah, so you can imagine now I killed 3 other units, so I'm going to skip that. And I was not able to use charm on this fight because at the end there was only these 3 units left. They all have mind controlled immunity, and the only unit I could have charmed was the baby reed serpent or the Naga Slither, but it was too dangerous at the beginning of the fight, so I couldn't. It took me about 25 rounds to finish that fight. Thanks for watching, see you next time.